Hey y'all, welcome back to Jasmine and the Littles. My name is Jasmine, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing our full curriculum picks for the 2025-2026 school year. Now, my daughter will be turning 4 in just a couple of months, and she is an advanced learner. So we're in that what I call transitional kindergarten stage, meaning she's already working through a lot of kindergarten level material, but there are still some preschool subjects that we're wrapping up as we bridge into the full kindergarten year. Now, I know that this may look like a lot that's on the table, but I promise you it is not overwhelming. I homeschool about 4 to 5 days a week, and everything that I show you maybe takes me less than an hour a day, an hour and a half tops. And I like to keep everything fun and really flexible for her. So let's go ahead and I'm going to flip over the screen and show you what we have. First up, we are continuing with the Good and the Beautiful's Level K Language Arts, which is their kindergarten course. It's the Green Book. We're already around lesson maybe 35, and it's been totally a great fit. And we previously did their preschool and kindergarten prep courses, and this one just continues to build on those foundational skills. Now, if you're new to the Good and the Beautiful, this curriculum is actually free to download. I bought the printed course book to save on ink, but just know that there is an option if you're on a budget. Now let's talk about the reading booster cards and the reading booster books. The Level K course comes with the reading booster A materials, but my daughter is already reading at a second grade reading level, so those books were just too babyish. So instead, we're still using the reading booster A cards for review because they include some of the letter blends and I think the diagrams and some foundational concepts that I didn't want to miss. And we've already printed out the booster B cards to follow up once we're done because it's recommended in their curriculum. She's more than halfway through the level A already, and we're also like playing the little reading booster games, which are free and they are fun. Now, instead of the booster books, I went with a more advanced readers, and I'll talk about those next. Now with the advanced readers, because the beginner books were just too easy for her, I had to do some digging and I ended up finding two amazing set of out of print school readers. First, we're using the Scott Foresman Decodable readers. A retiring teacher actually gifted us these. These are the first grade sets and they start from levels 1.1 through 1.5 and they are perfect. They slowly build in difficulty and cover the phonics rules, sight words, and she's nearly done with them. So I actually had to grab the second and I grabbed the third grade sets off of eBay. Next, I'm loving the Harcourt Trophy first grade readers. These are the big blue school books and they are 5 in a set for the first grade. They also gradually build up in vocabulary and reading comprehension, and it includes different genres like fiction, nonfiction, playwrights, and just a host of other things. Now, we've actually read through 3 of the 5 books already, and I just went ahead and took the plunge and purchased the second grade Harcourt books too. And like I said before, I found all of these secondhand, mostly on eBay for under $5 each. These readers are amazing for comprehension and vocabulary, so I just had to get them. Now, in addition to the Good and the Beautiful, we're also supplementing with the Core Knowledge Language Arts for preschool. This is another free curriculum and it's organized by themes or what they call domains. Now, I'm not using it as our main language arts curriculum. I'm using it more for the literature, the discussions, and really more like background knowledge. Each unit covers big ideas like family, animals, communities, and it comes with a full read aloud list and a lot of vocabulary. And honestly, it just deserves its own video. But if you want something that gently builds the knowledge, I just love this core knowledge curriculum. Now, let's move on to handwriting. We've been using Handwriting Without Tears, and I'm so glad we stuck with it. We just finished agreeing My First School Book, which is the preschool one, and now we're doing the Purple Kickstart Kindergarten, which is actually a transitional book, not the official kindergarten one. Her writing has come a long way, even though it's not her favorite subject. After this, we'll move into the Orange Book, which is the Letters and Numbers for Me, which is their kindergarten level. I also found this book right here, which is the Building Writers. It's actually the kindergarten book, and I found it during Prime Day, which is a companion workbook that just adds copy work and sentence formation, and it's just really good for extra writing practice. I don't know how much we're going to use it, but I just went ahead and purchased it because it was on sale. But if you're unsure where to start with Handwriting Without Tears, the green book is the preschool, the purple book is the transitional kindergarten, and the orange book is the full kindergarten book. So now we're going to go over to math. And I actually have a little bit of mix. So we're almost finished with the Singapore Math Dimensions Pre-K, and it has been amazing for her. It's very visual, it's very low pressure, and there's no writing required for the Pre-K. And this just really gave her a solid number sense. So for kindergarten, I purchased the Singapore Math Dimensions Math Kindergarten A and B, and I purchased the teacher's guide in the workbook and the textbook for both A and B. I also purchased their kindergarten test book. I purchased that one secondhand. I don't know how much we're going to be using it, but I just went ahead and took the plunge and purchased it. Now, here is the twist when it comes to math. When we started getting into the early addition chapters in the pre-K book B, she started really resisting it. And so I could just tell that she was getting frustrated. So I paused and I searched for a better way to introduce those addition concepts. And I stumbled across Math with Confidence by Kate Snow. And I used some of my Kindle credits to try to buy the Kindergarten Math with Confidence Instructor's Guide. And I was so impressed, and it was exactly what I was looking for when it comes to an instructor's guide. Everything it taught was really playful, hands-on, and the lessons were scripted, which really helped me out a ton. So now this is my thought process that I'm going to use. I think that we're going to be using both the Singapore Math Dimensions for the actual workbook and textbook pages, and then for the instructions, we're going to be pretty much using the Math with Confidence, especially for the games and for the number sense. And so far, I've already started using the kindergarten Math with Confidence alongside Singapore Math, and I haven't had necessarily any issues. I'm not gonna lie to you, I went ahead and purchased even the first grade Math with Confidence. So now we're gonna move on to some what I call electives, which are going to be the science, history, and geography. So we are using the Good and the Beautiful's Big Book of Science Story series. Now the two books that I purchased earlier this year are the Fields and Flowers and the Sparks and Stars. There are a ton of other ones as well. I am looking at the new Nest and Burrows option. It just came out like last week. We started these earlier this year, and at first I thought that they were too advanced, but now they actually pair well with what we're learning. So we finished some of the Sparks and Stars story, and we'll work our way through some of the others this year, and we'll just like skip over some of the stories that are just a little bit too advanced. As for geography and history, I am diving into the core knowledge kindergarten history and geography curriculum. I printed off the teacher's guide for this one for the first book, but the student book has a ton of full cover photos. So instead of printing that, I like to use my iPad, or I like to screen record them into the TV. And some of the units for the kindergarten level is the Let's Explore Our World, Native Americans, Exploring and Moving to America, and the Mount Rushmore Presidents. We already started using a couple of lessons and she's absolutely loving it. My daughter is actually pretty obsessed with maps and geography, and so this is just right up her alley. So yep, that's our full transitional kindergarten preschool curriculum lineup for the 2025 and 2026 school year. Now, it might look like a lot, but remember I stretch everything out and it takes about an hour a day. And if you have any questions, or you want me to go deeper into either a flip through or a walkthrough of anything that I mentioned, drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Jasmine and the Littles, and check out our next video coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.